So, good morning. I'm Dave Blowers. I'm the chairman of Thundridge Old Church Action Group. We're a registered charity which has a mandate to not only save and repair the beautiful tower behind us, but also bring it back to life. It's a ruin, it's a romantic ruin, it has a spiritual feel to it, and we want to preserve that, but we also want to bring back some life down here. So using it as for education, historical interpretation, repairing it so that we can get inside, replacing the floors, and using it as a community venue, a unique community venue for things like music, open air theatre, school trips, wedding photography, things like that. This time last year, we were incredibly fortunate to secure a substantial grant from Historic England to investigate the structure of the tower, everything that needs to be done, not only just to repair it and make it structurally stable, but also to bring it back into use. That's including things like having access to the tower, putting floors back in, and of course making safe all of the loose masonry and repairing some of the structural issues that make it dangerous at the moment. One of the most important structural issues for the tower is the roof, but it's a big concrete slab. We think that slab was first put onto the tower in the 40s or 50s, and then we know that in the 1990s there was another slab put on top of the first one. That's a very heavy modern materials on top of some ancient flint rubble walls, and we know that that potentially was causing some serious problems. But in order to investigate that properly, we needed to get people right up to the top of the tower so that they could actually see and touch and investigate. To do that, we needed to get scaffolding inside the tower. The problem with that was twofold. One, there was no door, and two, inside the tower there's about 6 tons of rubble. In August this year, we opened up the west door, which was blocked with blockwork and sacrificial board. We broke through that and we put a new door into the tower. So for the first time in decades, we now have a way of getting in and out of the tower in order to do what we need to do. The next thing that we had to do was empty all of that rubble out of the tower. It was about shoulder high, and as I say, about 6 tons we reckon inside the tower. We were surprised to find a floor surface made up of golden sandstone flags and yellow pavers. No one was expecting to find this, so this was quite a surprise and quite a lovely thing to find, and it's really quite beautiful. It's not actually the original tower floor as it was originally constructed. We estimate that the original tower floor is about 40 centimetres below what we found. So the floor that we're looking at now and that we're walking on now probably dates from the 1850s when the church was demolished. So with a nice clean floor, now we can put the scaffolding in finally. So the scaffolding has 5 levels, and one of those levels comes out at the first floor level of the tower. So you can now go up the spiral stair. It's not very safe. I say you can. None of this is safe for public use at the moment, but that spiral staircase goes up and exits through the original door out onto that first floor level. The spiral stair then goes up another level to the top floor there with the louvered windows, which is where the bells were. That scaffolding is rather lovely. We can now start to imagine what it might have been like to navigate through the tower when the floors still existed. The purpose of that scaffold is to allow structural engineers and architects to fully examine the inside of the tower. They all came along with a mobile platform for 2 days, and they did a thorough investigation of the inside of the tower from the scaffold and the outside of the tower from the mobile platform, so that they could see everything they needed to see to comprehensively judge the condition of the tower. What they also did was put a hatch in the roof, so cut through the concrete, and there's a hatch there now. The results of that are still being formulated now. The good news is that the tower itself is actually in remarkably good condition. There's a lot of loose stone, crumbling walls, but most of that is fairly superficial. It doesn't need a lot to stabilize it. The bad news is the roof's got to go. It wasn't designed for the loads that it's now carrying, and we are in discussions now with the structural engineers and the architects about how to do that and what to replace it with.
Thundridge Old Church is finally giving up its secrets. Gradually, we're clearing the way to understanding its past and securing its future. There's a lot more to do, but every stone lifted, every surface examined gets us closer to bringing life back into this amazing place. There's plenty more to come, so for more updates on Thundridge Old Church, please make sure to like and subscribe.